Hey, what's going on, everybody? Kate McShay here, coming to you from my home in Vancouver, Washington. Hope you're doing well. And you are now here on day 3 of our Success in MLM video blog series. Now, I'm going to stop you. If you have not seen day 2 or day 1 of our Success in MLM video series, I want you to stop what you're doing. I want you to go back to our YouTube channel or to our blog, wherever you're at, and find those 2 videos or blog posts. Because if you're just watching day 3, it's not going to serve you as well as if you actually take in the information from day 1 as well as from day 2. That is what's going to make the biggest difference in you taking in everything from the video series. There's a lot of value that we give in day 1 and in day 2 that connect with what I'm going to be sharing with you today in day 3. So make sure that you go back and you watch those videos if you have not done that. So stop the video, go back, watch day 1 and day 2. If you have already watched day 1 and day 2, welcome to day 3. So I did tell you that basically everything that you learned in day 1, everything that you learned in day 2 will not mean anything if you cannot do what I'm going to share with you in day 3. And just to give you a quick heads up, I am going to be giving you access to something at the end of this video that will help you with what I'm going to be talking about in day 3. And it is super, super powerful. So just make sure that you stick with me to the end of this video, because what I'm going to share with you where you can get some access on this particular subject is what completely changed how I basically take action on this specific skill now that I'm going to be sharing with you in this day 3 Success in MLM video. So let's get down to it. Basically, I'm going to be talking about closing today. And I am going to be talking about why most people don't close and why most people have a fear of closing in their MLM business. And therefore, if people have a fear of closing, if they don't close, basically what that leads to is that leads to no success in your MLM. And the reason why most people have a fear of closing is for a couple of different things. They have a fear of rejection. They have a fear of getting objections that they won't know how to answer. And they just have a fear of not knowing what to say. And the reason why is because what you need to be thinking about, because we all get told that you need to learn how to invite, you need to learn how to follow up, and when you follow up, you need to learn how to close. But if you don't know how to close when you're inviting people to check out your business opportunity, chances are you won't be inviting people to your business opportunity, because you always need to have the end in mind. Like I spoke about reverse engineering. You need to know what you have to have accomplished at the end in order to go through all of the other steps to see success in while you're going through that process. So if you don't know how to close, it's going to make it very difficult for you to feel comfortable and have that posture to invite people. And if you don't do some of these key things that I'm going to share with you when you are in the sales process. Now, the sales process does not just include closing. You should be closing all the time through every single step in your sales process in order to make your closing beneficial, in order to get rid of that fear of rejection, in order to get rid of the objections that you hear, like, I want to think about it, I got to talk to my wife, I don't have the time right now, I don't have the money, all those objections that nobody likes to hear. You need to be thinking about closing the whole time through your sales process. So what I'm going to do right now, before I actually give you access to something that I think is going to be very beneficial to you if you take me up on it, up on getting that actual access, is I'm going to share with you a sales process that we now use that has helped us up our conversion rate of actually closing people into our business. It's upped my posture, and it's also upped just my fear of rejection, because I had that, my fear of answering objections, and my fear of when I was inviting somebody, I didn't know what I was going to do with them because I didn't know how to close. So this is the process that we go through now. So stick around. You know how we talked about reverse engineering yesterday? Well, I'm going to teach you how to reverse engineer the sales process. Because again, like I said yesterday, you have to know what your end result is in order to actually know what you need to do to get to that end result. So let's talk about the sales process. Make sure you've got a pen and paper and you're taking notes, because I'm going to go fast. And if you need to, pause it, go back, rewind, go back to what I said. That's totally fine, but I'm going to go through this pretty quickly because that's how I move. All right, so when it comes to reverse engineering the sales process, this is the backwards design approach, okay? So this is coming from the back, and I'm going to work my way down to the beginning of what you're supposed to do. So at the end of the sales process, here's what you need. You need action, and then it would be solution, then it would be problem, then it would be information, then it would be trust and credibility, and then it would be rapport. So let me break down to you why I reverse engineered the sales process. And this is something that I learned from what I'm going to be giving you access to in a little bit at the end of this video. Okay, so you need to know about your action at the end, right? The person, your prospect, is going to be taking action. But the way to get them not to object is that you need to give them some sense of urgency as to why they need to buy now. And the reason why they will buy immediately from you right away is because you know the next step in the reverse engineering is you already know the solution, right? Your action is going to be the solution that they need to their problems. But if you don't know their problems, you can't give them a solution and they won't take action. So again, we've got our action, our solution, and then our problems. And the reason why you know their problems is because you've gotten information from them about their situation, about them. So you've gotten their information, therefore then you know their problems, then you know that what you have is a solution to their problem, and they believe that by taking action on what you've got going on, it will solve their problems. It will be the solution to their problems. But again, they won't take the action. They won't feel like what you've got is a solution to their problems because of the information that you've gotten from them if you did not get trust and credibility. You didn't build some trust and credibility with them. And what I mean by that is that you need to get the info that in order to get the information, they need to be able to trust you. They have to believe that you're credible and that what you're going to be sharing with them is something that will help solve their problems. And you can't have trust and credibility with someone unless you build rapport and you are someone that they like. So if they like you, guess what? If they like you, they're going to trust you. They're going to believe that you're credible. They're going to give you the information that you need to know about them in order to figure out what their problems are and what the solution that they need in order to solve their problems, and then they will take action with you immediately without objections, without rejecting you and saying, I need to think about it later, basically saying no. So do you see how I reverse engineered that? So I started with, at the end in mind, action, then solution, then problem, then information, trust and credibility, and then at the beginning of the whole sales process of that building rapport. If you don't know how to create that urgency in your action, then people will not act, right? So we're talking about how to close. Those are things that you need to keep in mind when it comes to closing. If you don't know how to do all of those things, or if you miss one, then guess what? It's not going to happen. People are going to still object. They're still going to reject your offer. So that is the most powerful thing that I can tell you about closing. If you don't know how to close, you don't know how to create that backwards, reverse engineered approach, it will make it extremely difficult for you to even reverse engineer any plan that you have to have success in MLM, like I talked about in day 2, as well as whatever company you pick, whatever MLM you decide to choose, like I talked about in day 1, will not matter if you do not know how to do the things I just spoke about in video 3, how to reverse engineer the sales process. So having the end in mind so that people will immediately take action with you, and work your way back, it just won't happen. Success will become very difficult for you if you don't know how to do these things. So you're in luck. What I'm going to do is I'm going to be giving you access to a way to understand more about this reverse engineering process of the closing sales process, all right? Because that's what I want for you is really, in order to have success in MLM, is you need to know how to close. And you need to know how to build rapport, how to have trust and credibility, how to find out information from your prospect, how to find out their problems, share with them the solution that you have, and how to have them take action immediately without giving you objections. That's what you need to know how to do. And so what I'm going to do for you is I am going to share with you a link to get some more information on this from one of my buddies who I believe is one of the best closers and the best coaches on closing, online and offline. And I highly, highly recommend I put our name behind it, anything that he does, because he has extremely changed the way that we've had success in our MLM business, because he has taught us how to close. And he's taught us through the tools that I'm going to be giving you access to today. So if you go down into the bottom of the description, click the link below, and when you click that link, just put in your name and your info, and you're going to get your free presentation on sharing with you more about this reverse engineered closing approach that he's going to share with you. He is absolutely awesome. He's a hustler, and he will definitely, if you choose to take part in it, change the way that you think about closing as well as how you close yourself. So I hope that you've enjoyed this 3-day video series of Success in MLM. Please give us your feedback. Let us know, any questions that you have. We'd be happy to answer them and get in touch with you. Like I said, our phone number's on our blog. It's on every email that we send. But seriously, click that link below. Just get that free presentation, because it will change the way that you think about closing, and it will also remind you that you need to know how to close and do these critical steps in order to have success in your MLM business. So I look forward to seeing you around our YouTube channel as well as our blog, and take care. Look out for the new videos that we're going to be having soon. Bye.